6 months ago, I stepped into this role with one mission: unlock GraMedica's true potential. My career has been built on hypergrowth, scaling companies, building teams, and driving adoption of technologies that change lives. But here, it feels different. This isn't just about business, it's personal. At the heart of GraMedica, it's not just a technology, it's a patient story. Every step we restore means a life that changes: a parent keeping up with their kids, a child running without pain, an older adult preserving independence. And we're only getting started. When patients ask, when can I walk without pain again? That's why we exist. Every step matters, and that's the vision guiding every decision we make. Our vision is simple but powerful: restore motion earlier and scale it to the world. When patients lose motion, they lose more than movement. They lose confidence, they lose independence, they lose their quality of life. GraMedica exists to change that story. We're not waiting until patients exhaust every other option. We're intervening earlier before damage cascades into lifelong pain. And we're not stopping at any one country or one region. Our responsibility is global, to make this solution available to every patient, every family, and every doctor who needs it. That's the future we're building together. We're not here to chase symptoms. We're here to rewrite that patient journey. This slide captures the journey we've been on for the past 6 months and where we're headed. Phase 1 was a reset. We started by listening to patients, to doctors, to partners, and to restructuring the business around a clear value proposition. Phase 2 was access. We filed for a new CPT code, submitted GPO applications, and opened doors to U.S. government contracts. These steps are about removing barriers and unlocking new channels for adoption. Phase 3 was modernization. We refreshed our brand, rebuilt our core systems, and streamlined processes so we're ready to scale. Now we're moving into phase 4, the channel. This is about expanding with current partners and adding complementary new sales channels. Not replacing anybody, but amplifying what's already working and multiplying our reach. And then comes phase 5, innovation. This is where we build new technologies, expand product pipeline, and scale globally. This is how GraMedica evolves from being a single product company into a platform for earlier intervention and mobility. No company scales on vision alone. It takes leadership and execution. Over the last 6 months, I've been intentional about building a leadership engine that combines clinical expertise, financial discipline, marketing power, and commercial strength. We're now welcoming new leaders into critical roles: a chief medical officer to drive peer-to-peer credibility and expand our KOL network globally, a chief marketing officer to lead our rebrand and digital demand platforms, a chief financial officer to bring financial discipline and ensure we grow responsibly while reinvesting in innovation, and a chief business officer to modernize processes, expand product partnerships, and unlock new growth channels. But let me be clear. This progress is only possible because of the incredible GraMedica team already in place. Our directors, managers, and frontline leaders have carried this company forward with grit, commitment, and a belief in our mission. Together, this combined team, new leaders and longtime contributors, is aligned around one mission: execution and scale. One of the biggest milestones this year has been completing our transition from MDD to MDR. 3 years ahead of the deadline. This wasn't just about checking a regulatory box, it was about proving with evidence that HyperCure is safe, effective, and durable. And here's what makes it so meaningful. Under MDR, the approved age has now been reduced from 18 down to 5. That means children who would have lived years in pain with braces or limited mobility now have access earlier. For context, under FDA, the age threshold is 3. By aligning Europe and other MDR recognizing regions to age 5, we've unlocked treatment for thousands of kids and families who had previously had no option. This is a powerful step forward, not just regulatory progress, but expanding hope and earlier intervention for patients around the world. We recently received verbal confirmation from Premier. HyperCure has been selected for their breakthrough technology pathway. This is a significant milestone. It unlocks access to more than 4,300 U.S. hospitals, 2.5 years ahead of schedule. Less than 5% of applicants are approved. Normally, we'd wait until 2028 for the next contracting cycle. But because of our evidence and patient impact, Premier accelerated us through their Kendo program. While final contracting steps are underway, the messaging is clear. The market recognizes Hypercure as ready for scale. Premier didn't just approve us, they accelerated us. That's validation. One of the clearest signals of progress is patient adoption. This quarter, we didn't just maintain our existing base, we saw new physicians begin adopting Hypercure, and our existing champions continued treating patients. That balance, loyalty plus incremental growth, is critical. This marks the first wave of new surgeon champions joining the community, a signal that awareness is expanding, access is broadening, and confidence is rising. Every breakthrough technology faces the same test, crossing the chasm from early adopters to mainstream. To do that, we need a challenger sales mindset, addressing objections, reframing the story, and backing it with evidence. The early signs are encouraging. We're just not holding ground. We're building momentum. Momentum is not luck. It's the currency we're building every day. Every breakthrough in orthopedics has faced resistance. When arthroscopy was introduced, surgeons pushed back. Open surgery is safer, more definitive, the only way to truly see inside a joint. Early adopters were ridiculed. Then the data came in. Less trauma, fewer complications, faster recovery, and the irony, the loudest critics became the strongest advocates. Hypercure is on the same trajectory. The objections sound familiar. Insurance won't cover it. Orthotics infusions are enough. Other implants failed. Why is this different? Here's the difference. Hypercure restores alignment while preserving motion, and the data proves it. 99% survival, less than 1% in pediatric removals, 10 times better retention than arthroresis. This is how progress happens. Blockers don't vanish, they convert. And when they do, they bring the field with them. And blockers won't disappear, they convert. And when they do, they'll bring the field with them. And the reason skeptics convert is because of data like this. An 8-year peer-reviewed study tracked pediatric patients long-term. The results were undeniable. 99% implant retention, not a single removal for pain or dysfunction. Children who started with abnormal gait and chronic pain showed measurable, lasting improvements. That means life's rewritten. Kids running, walking, being pain-free, and families spared years of bracing, orthotics, and failed surgeries. It's just not a study, it's proof. Earlier intervention changes lives earlier. One study, thousands of steps restored, and a future of kids who won't grow up in pain. And it's not just one study. Hypercure is backed by one of the largest evidence bases in foot and ankle medicine. Over 100 publications, more than 25 peer-reviewed outcome studies. The findings are consistent. Long-term survival above 95%, patient recommendation rates in the mid-90s, function scores nearly doubling, and pain dropping from 5 or 6 down to near 0, and pediatric removals around 1%, far better than anything else in its class. These aren't abstract statistics. They represent thousands of patients regaining mobility and quality of life. So when skeptics ask, can you prove it? The answer is simple. It's already proven. Clinical data earns attention, but operational excellence earns trust. That's why we are modernizing systems, a fully digital, audit-ready quality platform, not just compliant, but inspection-ready at all times. Every document, every CAPA, every update, traceable, controlled, real-time, faster development, more efficient compliance, inventory systems scaled to demand. For doctors and patients, it means confidence. Every implant meets the highest bar. For partners and investors, it means resilience and readiness for growth. This is safe for patients, trusted by doctors, and ready for scale. We've reached 100,000 lives treated, but there are 1.999 billion still waiting. As an advocate for these people, I'm asking for your help, your introductions, your partnerships, your belief in what's next. Whether you're a patient, a surgeon, a distributor, or a strategic partner or an OEM, you can help scale the first structural solution in foot and ankle care. Let's restore movement. Let's give people their lives back. Let's move the world one foot at a time.